Chapter 13. Disassociation and hatred of men. During the same time, there was a boy that kept chasing after me. He wanted to be my boyfriend. I did not like him. I was with someone else. I thought, however, he would make a good cover for me, that no one would figure out that me and the girl I was with were more than best friends. I arranged to meet up with the boy. We talked in his car, discussed sex. I told him that I was not going to have sex before marriage, and he agreed, saying he had made the same decision. One day he came over to my house. I had invited him over because he kept harassing me about being his girlfriend, and yet never being able to come to my home to visit me. He came over, and what was supposed to be a fun time turned sour. He raped me on my kitchen table. I kept telling him no. He did what he wanted anyway, pulled down my clothes and forced himself upon me. My mom's picture was on the wall right in front of where he was raping me. I wish I could have covered her soft, kind eyes so she would not have to watch this violent struggle. It was as if her glowing memory was cracked, tainted by the agonizing desires of this boy. He got off me and then laughed. It was not funny to me. He deeply hurt me. My screams had gone unheard. What made matters worse, he had raped me right in front of my mom, even though it was just a picture. After he left, I went to the bathroom and took a shower. The police will tell you not to take a shower after a rape. It would erase all the evidence and DNA. If you choose to report the rape, it would be the other person's word against yours. I did not think about this. At this point, I had developed a lifestyle of not telling and just going along with whatever. The girl I was seeing at the time came over after the boy had raped me. I was clearly shaken up. We were teenagers, so we didn't know what to do. She tried to comfort me the only way she knew how. Of course, that was not what I needed or desired. After what happened, I wondered if I even liked men. I purposely set out to see if I liked them. One guy I tried this hypothesis on, I did not even know. He was the brother of a friend of mine. They lived down the street from me in the cul-de-sac. I was a senior in high school and he was in college. My friend called me up and said he was home and that her parents were gone. My stepfather had taken my little sister and left me alone for the weekend. Off I went down the street. When I entered the house, my friend told me where to go. When I got to his room, all the lights were off. It was dark and the room reeked of alcohol. With this stranger, I performed my experiment. I never saw his face. I did not like what I did with that guy. I thought he was gross and disgusting. Therefore, I formed an opinion and said yuck and decided that I must be a lesbian. This reaction was based primarily on my experience with this guy, the faceless stranger. I continued in the lifestyle that gave me comfort. Every weekend while my stepfather and little sister were at his lady friend's house, I would either have a girlfriend over or I would stay at her house. Every chance we got, we were together. We were in a relationship for 4 years. During that time, my stepfather and I found ourselves in this endless loop. He would kick me out of the house. Someone from my family would talk to him, and I would end up back at the house. This happened until I graduated high school. Meanwhile, there was a lot that happened in my relationship with that girl whom I called my best friend and first love. Toward the end of our relationship, her mom increasingly came between us. Her mom loved her, and that was evident in her actions. Her mom sat her down and talked with her candidly about what we were doing and how it was wrong. She even told her that she could hear us upstairs every night while we thought we were in a world of our own, hidden and secluded from others. She was incredibly open and honest with her daughter. She expressed to her how wrong our relationship was and explained to her daughter that she was doing what she was doing was not who she was. I hoped she would not listen to her because I had intense feelings for this girl. What her mom was saying had never been brought up in our conversations before. Her mom never spoke to me about being a lesbian. She never tried to approach me to say that what I was doing was wrong and not who I was. She did not do this because she did not know me. She saw me as the perpetrator, not as someone that needed love. This mom did not go to church. As far as I knew, she did not have a relationship with God or know the love of Jesus for herself. Therefore, I could never explain or expect her, rather, to help me. What she did to me instead was for about a month every week, she would put about 6 nails in my tires. They lived on a dirt road, so in the beginning, when I first started noticing the nails in my tires, I thought I must have been driving over the nails. It was the mom of my best friend and girlfriend. She was angry with me for having a relationship with her daughter. She confessed her anger towards me and that she had put the nails in my tires right before she kicked me out of her house. She arranged for me to stay at her friend's house. Her friend kicked me out of the house too after I came home plastered from a night of drinking. I was on a downward spiral and had no clue what to do. After high school, I moved from one friend's home to another friend's home. There was not any stability for 4 years. I had another best friend. I was not physically attracted to her, but she was attracted to me. She always wanted me to come over. For a while, I enjoyed seeing her and hanging out, but then things changed. The more I went over to her house, the more opportunity allowed for me to be alone with her brother. When I was alone with her brother, he raped me. After the first time, this became consistent. Every time thereafter, when I went to her house, her brother raped me. Every single time I went to visit her, her brother raped me. I figured I should not tell my friend because it would cause a rift between us. I could not tell anyone in her family because who would believe me? It did not matter what I had to say, what I felt, or what I wanted. The idea formed that people were going to do what they wanted to do, despite my feelings, needs, or wants. In this, I learned how to dissociate from people, specifically men, when something unwanted happened to me. I learned how to disconnect in my mind. If I felt threatened in any way, or if someone tried to take my body, I said to myself, he may take my body, but he will not take my mind. From the age of 17 to 26, I lived my life as a lesbian. I believed that was who I was. I had feelings and desires for women. Most of all, I hated men. I thought all men were disgusting. The negative relationships that I had had with men supported my beliefs. Chapter 14, Living the Life. I want out. Over the years, I was in and out of relationships. None of them seemed to last too long. I could say that no matter what I did to try to make them work, they just didn't work. In all these relationships, I did crazy things. My lifestyle was unhealthy. I was unhealthy. I was more miserable than I was happy. I experimented with drugs and drank excessive amounts of alcohol. I manipulated people, lied to people, lied about people, got into fights. One fight I recall being involved in was not my fight, but a fight between a friend of mine and another girl. One night out on the town, my friend saw her girlfriend out at the gay bar we were at. My friend became angry when she saw her girlfriend with someone else. With all kinds of vulgarities spilling out of my friend's mouth, she headed for her car. the other girls with us, and I followed her to her SUV. When we got to her car, she got her gun out from under the seat. She said she was going to kill her girlfriend. She tried to cock the gun. I was in front of her. She was pointing the gun at me. She tugged hard on the gun, trying to cock it. She pulled it with all her might. I stood there in front of her thinking, please, don't let this gun go off on me. When I look back at my lifestyle as a lesbian, I know I was never happy. It is not what God intended when He created males and females. Therefore, all my relationships with women were doomed from the start. At the age of 26, I remember praying to God. I was tired of living life as a lesbian. I was not sure if change or freedom was possible, but I really wanted out. I began to pray Psalm 51, have mercy upon me, O God, according to your loving kindness, according to the multitude of your tender mercies. Blot out my transgressions, wash me thoroughly from my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is always before me. Against you and you only have I sinned and done this evil in your sight, that you may be found just when you speak and blameless when you judge. Behold, you desire truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part you will make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me hear joy and gladness, that the bones you have broken may rejoice. Hide your face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me by your generous spirit. Then I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners shall be converted to you. O Lord, open my lips, and my mouth shall show forth your praise. For you do not desire sacrifice, or else I would give it. You do not delight in burnt offering. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite spirit. These, O God, you will not despise. Psalms 51, verses 1 through 4, 6 through 13, 15 through 17 in the New King James Version. After this, I had an experience with God. He showed up while I was engaging in my sin, and I knew I had done wrong. I hid my face from him like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden when they sinned. Later I said, God, if that was really you, you will show up again. Well, do you know what happened? He showed up in the middle of my sin again. I knew I had done wrong, so I hid my face from him. Again, I felt like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden when they had sinned. Again, I said, God, if that was really you, you will show up again. Except this time, he did not show up. I said, that was God. I said I was not going to have same-sex relationships anymore. I went to the church I had belonged to, rejoined and recommitted my life to Christ. I did not participate in same-sex activities or live as a lesbian for 5 years.
Is it okay to be gay?
One woman had one question that led her on a journey.
Forgiven, a true story of the power of God and deliverance from same-sex attraction. Get your copy today on forgiveninc.com and on amazon.com. and anywhere else copies are sold. Coming soon. Available May 9th, 2025. Forgiven. Dispelling the lies. The truth revealed about same-sex attraction. You ask the questions, here are the answers. Come to